And today I'm going to do just a brief demonstration of how to run an analysis of covariance in Ancova. Please keep in mind this is a rather sophisticated technique, well beyond the scope of a short video. This is simply a demonstration of how to set up a very basic Ancova and to look at some basic output from it. So I have a data set here of some blood pressure readings, and we're just going to start here with just a very basic analysis of variance and ANOVA. Now we normally could do a one-way ANOVA using compare means, but to do an Ancova you have to use the general linear model. So we're going to start with this here. So what I have here to begin with is, so in my data set here I have a dependent variable systolic blood pressure change, and my independent variables in the fixed factor are different regions of the country. I have 7 different regions selected here. So I'm going to click under options, and I'm going to just do some basic descriptive statistics and a homogeneity test and display means for the region. So I'm not going to do any post hoc tests or anything else in this example. So we're going to click here. So what we have our sample sizes for each of these 7 regions. You can see there's quite a bit of variability here. That is a little bit of a problem. Not going to worry about it in this example. What you see here is the mean change, and you can see you don't have to really run a statistical test to see. You can almost eyeball that there's one of the regions has a significantly higher mean change. Alright, so let's go down and look at our between subjects effects, and you'll notice that if we look at our main effect for region, there is clearly a significant difference here. Alright, so but let's go back and see if we can figure out what's going on here. So I'm going to go up to the data, and I'm going to actually split this file, and I'm going to split it by region. Click OK, and I'm going to come back here and run descriptives for the baseline systolic pressure. I already have all this set up. So what do we have here? We have descriptive statistics, and just coming down here to the mean, you can see that the people in the this Mid-Atlantic region are starting out with higher, probably significantly higher. If we did an ANOVA on the baseline, would be higher. Okay, so that creates a little bit of a conflict with just doing a regular ANOVA. We need to possibly control for the baseline systolic blood pressures. So one way to control for this is to just simply exclude people who have higher blood pressures, but that might not be realistic or even possible in your data set. Another way to do this is with an Ancova. So what we're going to do, we need to go back and unsplit this file, because we want to look at all of our groups. Click on Analyze, go back to the general linear model, univariate, and we're going to keep our dependent and independent variables the same, but we're now going to add baseline systolic blood pressure as a covariate. Okay, let's look at if we need to do any more. Our options are all going to kind of remain the same here. Not going to do any plots on this one. Just going to do an OK. Alright, so obviously we have the same sample size, we have the same descriptive statistics. But what do we have? What we want to look at down here. So take a look, first of all, at our test of between subjects effects. So we still have a significant ANOVA, okay, for the region. We also have a significant ANOVA for the baseline systolic blood pressures. All right. But take a look at these estimated marginal means. If you recall, the Mid-Atlantic had a mean change of over 12 points, and now it's actually been dropped down to 3.4. So what the Ancova has done, in effect, is it is controlled for the baseline systolic pressure. There's still a difference. We would still want to do some post hoc testing, but this is one way to control for the fact that this one region had higher blood pressures to begin with. So that's just a brief rundown of Ancova. We'll do videos later getting into more of the details of what these are, looking at maybe the pairwise and so forth. But this is the demonstration of Ancova. Thank you for your attention.